What's good, y'all? It's Timmy Too Dope. Thank you for clicking on this video and joining me today. I hope y'all stay to the end. This video today is mostly going to be a channel update, some housekeeping, whatever you want to call it. To start off, I know I've been pretty inconsistent with uploading content since the start of this year. Mostly I just been trying different things, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. I really feel like that bit from the Cat Williams special, this one.
Trying shit and trying shit, trying shit and trying shit, don't work. Trying shit and trying shit, won't work. Trying shit, switch it up. Trying shit, won't work.
Now, if you've been rocking with this channel for pretty much any amount of time, you know that I mostly do hip-hop reaction videos. That's how I started on this channel. That's what I wanted to build my foundation with. But in recent times, in the last year or so, I've switched it up from hip-hop reaction content to gaming content. That really didn't work. I tried doing some wrestling content, some wrestling reactions. That really didn't work. I even tried reacting to The Wire, watching that for the first time. That really didn't work. And I'll get to the reason why some of these didn't work out a little later in the video. But most recently over on the channel, you will have seen I've been doing interviews with local or up-and-coming hip-hop artists, and I've really been enjoying doing that. I love being a conduit between these artists and a potential new fan base. I've been really loving doing that. So definitely gonna be sticking with doing the interviews going forward, but mostly I just want to worry about moving with intention. As I said earlier in the video, I was trying a whole bunch of stuff and just seeing what stuck, but going forward, I want to be more intentional about the content that I put out. And with that being said, going forward, there will be no more reaction videos on the channel. I shouldn't say no more. That's definitely not going to be my bread and butter. You're not going to see them all the time, but occasionally, if Cole drops, if Kendrick drops, if Jid drops, Tyler the Creator, artists that I'm really into and I know that they'll be putting out quality work, I'll give an occasional reaction video to those artists. But over time, I really just realized that I think personally I've hit my ceiling with doing these reaction videos. And just looking at the landscape, I feel like you either have to be one of two things. You either have to be incredibly knowledgeable and able to catch every single bar and give a great analysis to those bars immediately, as soon as you catch them. There's some people that are amazing at doing that. Shout out to Vibe Villa. Those two are great at what they do. Then on the other side of it, to be successful within the reaction space, you have to be incredibly entertaining. And I don't believe I'm that. I really don't believe I'm either. And I think that works against me. As far as the entertaining reactors go, I've definitely caught myself, looking back at old videos of mine, I've definitely caught myself trying too hard, being a try-hard, trying to drum up excitement, energy in order to get a reaction, in order to do what maybe I thought y'all wanted me to do, react in a certain way that was inauthentic. And I do not want to be inauthentic. And I cringed watching those old videos, but I definitely noticed myself doing it. And as I watch other reactors, sometimes I notice them doing it as well. I want to be as authentic as possible over here on this channel going forward. So I realize my personality just doesn't really lend well to the reaction space, and I think I've hit my ceiling over there doing the reaction thing. But as I said, occasionally we'll bust out a reaction video or two. I also want to address Cole Winner and The Wire reactions. Y'all might have seen me doing a little series called Cole Winner, taking J. Cole's albums, going through every single one of them. That was the plan anyway. And just a nostalgia speed run, basically. I was inspired by the Inevitable podcast that him and his manager Ebe put out, telling stories, behind the scenes stories, some of our favorite songs. Really insightful stuff. Great stories. If you're a J. Cole fan, I highly suggest seeking that out. Also got into The Wire. I think I got 4, maybe 5 episodes in. And what it boils down to for both of those, why I stopped doing them, but more so for The Wire, it is way too much effort to put one of those videos out. I'll be completely honest, it's more effort than I'm willing to go through for those videos, especially The Wire, because The Wire is an hour long. You got to edit it down to a half hour, then you got to go through, and I had to blur out some of the video that I was watching to upload it. That took like an hour to upload, sometimes just to get the video blocked, and then I had to take the video down, re-edit it, upload it again, hope it didn't get blocked. It was just a lot of effort. So that's why I stopped doing that over there. And personally, I haven't even dove back into The Wire, just continued it on my own time. But that's something I definitely want to do, because I was into a little bit of The Wire that I did see. But as far as the basis, the foundation going forward, I want to do more interviews, as I said. I also want to do more shorter form, not short form, not like YouTube Shorts, TikTok content, but shorter form, meaning 3 to 15 minute type videos on just hip hop news, updates, stuff like that. I'll also be doing music reviews, album reviews, just songs that dropped in the week, videos like that. Also, it might be the title of this video, who knows, but one of the main things I wanted to get off my chest is this is a Drake and Kendrick drama-free zone. I don't want any of that over on this channel, so we're not going to have any of that over here on this channel. That, honestly, the beef is honestly a big part of why I stepped away for as long as I did, because I was burnt out. It burnt me out. It absolutely exhausted me. And seeing the way that hip hop media has went since the beef, I think the beef might be the worst thing to happen to hip hop media ever. It's turned regular fandom into tribalistic fandom. You can't like Drake without hating Kendrick. In a lot of people's eyes, you can't like Kendrick without hating Drake. You can't praise Drake for anything without being a Drake dick rider. You can't praise Kendrick for anything without being a Kendrick dick rider. Just, if you look on Twitter, Twitter is an absolute shambles. You can't debate anything. You can't have a good spirited debate because the one side's not listening to you. They're just going to say their point louder. They're just going to type quicker. They're just going to type in bold and think that they're winning the argument. There's no such thing as a gray area anymore in hip hop media. I don't feel like there's no such thing as nuance, and I really think we need to be a lot more nuanced with hip hop media in 2025 going forward. Now, that's not to say that there's not a few people in the hip hop media space that are moving with integrity and that give you something to respect. DJ Head, Elliot Wilson, Jeremy Hecht, Rob Markman, Curtis King. The list goes on and on. Actually, the list really doesn't go on. It pretty much stops there. You know what I mean? But there's not a lot of people moving with integrity in the hip hop space. And I really think that's a big problem. You know what I mean? But it also made me realize that, and this goes for really anything, if you want to change something, you have to be the change that you want to see. So, given that I have a platform and I want to use that platform for good, I just want to put it out there that I want to be a place where we can talk about music, we can talk about the art, and we can leave all that other drama and BS to the other millions of channels that are basically turning into TMZ, turning into the Shade Room, turning into one of these other gossip rags that move with zero integrity. If y'all want a channel like that, then I suggest going to the millions of channels going and doing that. I suggest following someone named DJ Academics over on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter, subscribe to him on YouTube. He's got you covered if you want the low-hanging fruit, clout chasing type of hip hop media. But that's not what we're doing over here going forward. I really don't want to pollute or oversaturate the hip hop media space, but I do want to give my perspective going forward. A couple more things before we get out of here. As I said previously, I really want to sing the praises of the artists who don't get their praises sang nearly enough. Just this year, some of the music that I've been listening to that I don't hear a lot of other people talking about, Saba and No ID. From the private collection of Saba and No ID, that album is incredible. And I'm going to touch on these albums in a separate video coming up on the channel in the next couple of days. But Duckworth as well, All American F-Boy, maybe my favorite album of this entire year. Is my first time diving into Duckworth's music, and it's definitely exceeded my expectations. Wale definitely dropping an album, I'm assuming this year. Dropped off a single, Blanco, a couple months ago. One of the best singles that I've heard this year. That shit makes me want to develop a alcohol dependency and then beat it and then relapse one night while I'm singing over my shorty. Ray Vaughn has also been quietly having one of the best years of any hip hop artist, starting off with responding to Joey Badass, Ruler's back with his Crash Out Heritage, and then since then just steady dropping singles, and they've been quality singles, getting away from the beef, dropping some more personal stuff with Flat Shasta. Dollar Menu has been one of my favorite songs this entire year. So there's plenty of super talented hip hop artists that are making noise out here that don't get their praises sang. And over here on this channel, we're about to sing their praises. You know what I mean? Last thing before we get out of here, I'm kicking around the idea of a podcast potentially. I know I'm hella late to the party on the podcast thing, but of course covering hip hop news and stuff in further detail, maybe covering some wrestling. I'm a big wrestling nerd. WrestleMania just got over, so perfect time to cover that. Maybe some sports in there as well. Debates, maybe have some guests. Podcast stuff. Y'all know what a podcast is. Voicemails, calling in, that type of stuff. So let me know down in the comments if that's something that you would be interested in. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts and opinions on everything that I've covered on this video today. I've been meaning to get around to making this video for the longest time. It's really been on my mind. It's really been on my heart. I do apologize for not being consistent, but I would rather take a step back and make sure that I come back and move with intention and I'm making the right moves rather than aimlessly just put out content, even though I'm being consistent with putting out that content, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. I know I've been talking forever. I hope that you made it this far in the video. If you have, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the support. Can't tell you how much I appreciate you watching this long, listening to me ramble about this channel update. I hope to see you in videos in the future going forward. And as always, if it's not too dope, then it's probably mids. Peace.